ever get the feeling that when it comes to the divine, women are definitely second-class citizens? Jesus, God the Father, Allah, Krishna, and Buddha all are male figures. But early cultures called on a wide array of goddesses for divine help with everything from ensuring fertile crops and easy childbirth to attaining wealth, health, and even a peaceful death. And female deities are alive and kicking in many of the world's cultures. Many of the world's cultures continue to worship, honor, and pray to female deities. The Hindu, Buddhist, Tibetan, Native American, South American, and African cultures are among those that continue to commune with the divine feminine. The Reverend Laurie Sue Brockway rediscovered her spirituality when she stumbled upon the goddesses of the world traditions and ancient cultures. She believes that rituals and education enhance our understanding of the lady gods and can advance women's personal development. Thanks for being here, Reverend Laurie Sue.
Thank you so much for having me and the goddesses.
Yes, we're surrounded by goddesses, really.
My posse.
Okay. Now, you were raised Jewish.
Yes, I was.
And you noted this, which so many of us do. You know, all the big guys are guys.
Yes,
right?
yes. And I felt very disconnected to the religion of my birth because, well, first of all, in Judaism, there is no worship of idols or images. And for me, I needed something to personify God and Goddess. Mm-hmm. I really needed someone who looked like me to show me that there is a divinity from which I came from and a divinity within me.
Now, you know, there are certain fundamentalists who'll say that this is blasphemous, really,
oh,
right?
Sure.
I'm sure that God is the male gender. Why do you think, is God genderless?
Well, you know, ultimately, when we all leave this planet and we really go home to the divine spirit of all that is, I think we'll sort of look down on the statues and the way we've interpreted things, and we'll know that God is, and the divine presence of all aspects and all cultures and all genders is just a huge, like a huge disco ball.
You got your prop right there, yes.
If you
and many multifaceted.
Yeah, if you imagine that the divine spirit of all that is this huge disco ball, and that every little facet represents a different image of the divine. And every image of the divine represents an aspect of us. So that, yes, we are created in the image of the Creator.
Now, do you think that girls' spirituality suffers because they are not seeing images, religious images? Many of them, many American girls.
I do. I know you have a 9-year-old daughter.
7, yeah.
7. Right. And Gloria Steinem once told me in an interview that by 9 years old, girls are worried about how they're looking, what their hair looks like, what they're going to wear to school, and what people think of them. There is such an unbelievable problem with female self-esteem that we can elevate men and we can see the divine in them, and we don't have images that show that. We do have the images, but they've sort of been covered and they haven't been as out there as the male images.
Let's talk about Persephone, because in the book you say that she is the one who can help you to liberate yourself from those bad boys, those bad relationships, the relationships you get into again and again and again, and we know this because you call us all the time and tell us how you keep repeating this cycle of bad relationships, ladies. Yes.
Persephone, now again, Persephone in mythology is portrayed as somebody who was basically stolen out from the meadow and taken by Hades and forced to stay in the underworld. And then a deal was cut between her father Zeus and her mother Demeter, who was really angry that her daughter, and upset and heartbroken, her daughter was missing. And the story is that the reason we have winter and spring is that Persephone agreed that she'd stay in the underworld for 6 months because she ate 6 pomegranate seeds, and that would be winter. And when she came up, Demeter would stop crying, her mother, and putting rain and storms on the world, and then there would be springtime. Now, some people say that Persephone and Hades might have sort of made a deal to be together because she liked the bad boy. You know, that's we weren't there.
Yeah.
So the idea is to understand the energy of that mythology, because it's very powerful, because she goes to the underworld to be with him. He cannot come up above. She can live in both worlds. We always have to explore our dark side. There's nothing wrong with that. It's reality. But rise up.